This is the design of trust as dishonesty. And I'm here to communicate about the relationship connection that is made within and as separation of self through the design of trust, and how this experience of self is self-dishonesty. So, human beings place their trust within other human beings within their world, or within the world in its entirety. So a human being's trust is there, not here. And in placing and defining your trust within another, that is separation of self, which is self-dishonesty. Why is it self-dishonesty? Because who you are as one, as equal as yourself, is here as every breath. In defining your trust separate from yourself within another human being or other human beings within this world is separating you from yourself. And in that, you're self-dishonest, because you've separated yourself from yourself. And existing in separation with another human being, which is manifesting a relationship where two mind systems come together and experience themselves together and support and assist each other in mind system placements of themselves. And inevitably, this illusion of defining your trust within another separate from you, which is self-dishonesty in itself, you do experience the realization that you cannot actually really trust anyone or anything within this world and in this existence. See, trust within another, separate and outside of you, is like tentacles the mind system throw out inside the other, and then you trap the other being in saying, I trust you, which is forming and creating a relationship separate from yourself, outside of yourself, because you haven't accepted yourself as self-trust. And inevitably, that illusion of relationship established in trust as defined within another must fall, must break, because it is not real. And this is how you, as who you are, is actually assisting and supporting you within your process of self-realization. To realize that you cannot trust anything or anyone within this world separate and outside of you. Your trust is here as self, as who you are. And it's interesting because trusting another separate and outside of self, defining your trust outside of yourself, is actually a manifestation of you being a wimp, using an excuse for not trusting yourself because you actually fear taking self-responsibility. For instance, human beings place their trust in God. No, God will save us, God will take care of us. But the actual starting point of placing trust and defining trust separate from self, outside of self, is fear. Fear of self. Fear of realizing and trusting one's own self-honesty in taking self-responsibility in your own world, in your own life, which you're existing within, nothing and no one else, which you're experiencing. But human beings define and throw out their trust there in other human beings, creating, compounding emotions and feelings and thoughts and memories and pictures inside the mind. So, defining and placing trust within another separate from self assists and support the generation, the manifestation of the mind consciousness system within human beings. Because trust is the relationship connection line that is made between human beings as mind consciousness system. It is the thread that connects relationships as mind consciousness systems, which is manifesting this existence of separation, and why human beings are dishonest. They're dishonest from their very starting point of placing their trust within another, outside of them, separate from them. Because in honesty, their starting point of doing so is fear of self-trust, fear of taking self-responsibility. So instead of doing that, no, I'll place my trust in someone else, and if they fuck up, then I'm able to blame them. I'm not then responsible, no. See, human beings, how the web of self-dishonesty and separation is woven through relationship connections of placing trust outside, separate from self, instead of here as self. I am self-trust. I take self-responsibility. Because in self-trust, self-responsibility is taken. But no one in this world seems to take self-responsibility, because their trust is defined outside, separate from self, creating relationship connections of attempting and trying to hide. Thank you very much. This is the design of trust as dishonesty.